Chapter 3. Language. The nature of the Japanese language. Japanese is the language spoken in Japan by Japanese people. Because of the large Japanese population, it's one of the world's most spoken languages. Japanese is classified as a Ural-Altaic language. Other languages classified as Ural-Altaic include Korean, Mongolian, and Turkish. Syntactically, it's different from Chinese, Vietnamese, and other Sino-Tibetan languages. The word order of Japanese is SOV, subject, object, verb, while the Chinese word order is SVO, subject, verb, object. The Japanese base morphology and vocabulary are considered to be related to Austronesian languages such as Malay and Indonesian. However, Japanese includes a lot of vocabulary from Chinese. The language reflects the origin of the Japanese people and the formation of Japanese culture. The writing system. Written Japanese employs three kinds of script. One is called Kanji, letters from Kan, Han, nation, Chinese characters, which are ideograms derived from pictorial symbols and developed in China. Each kanji represents an idea like a Western word or root comprised of alphabet letters. Kanji was brought to Japan around the 6th century AD. While Chinese pronounce kanji in one way only, Japanese generally have two ways of reading it. One is called the on-yomi, sound reading, which is similar to the Chinese reading. For example, Chugoku, central country, China, is similar to the Chinese reading of Chongguo. The other is called the kunyomi, pronunciation reading. For example, the kanji chu is read as naka and goku as kuni. Two other types of scripts are phonetic scripts that represent syllables. These are hiragana and katakana. They were created by modifying Chinese characters in the 6th and 7th centuries AD. Each hiragana is cursive, whereas each katakana is edgy with a combination of straight strokes. Katakana is mostly used to represent the pronunciation of loan words from the West. The Japanese also invented such pseudo-English words as naita for night games and salaryman for the salaried worker, and shortened English words such as pasukon for personal computers and aircon for air conditioner. Katakana are also used to show the reading of kanji used in names and addresses. Hiragana are used for particles and verb endings. Kanji, accompanied by hiragana, are read by kunyomi. For example, Yama no Ue, mountain top. You can also find Roman letters used for product names, shop names, and signboards, indicating place names at stations and for highway guides. Roman letters are also used ornamentally for logos on T-shirts, clothes, and other products. Sometimes there are misspelt nonsense English sentences in logos used for fashion. Japanese people would also find the same type of errors in Japanese writing on T-shirts, clothes, and other products made in Western countries. There are tens of thousands of kanji used in publications. However, the officially taught and used kanji are limited in number by the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology to 1,945, although the government has authorised a total of 2,229 characters used for names. Names and their Chinese characters are chosen for their auspicious meanings and happy associations in the hope that they'll bring the child good luck. Japanese have family names and given names used in that order. Japanese sentences can be written both horizontally and vertically. The propagation of computers and word processing software has made it easier for people to type without knowing the exact strokes of kanji. You can touch type in a Japanese phrase or sentence using the Roman alphabet and choose from a list of combinations of kanji and hiragana given by the computer. Phonology. There are only 5 basic short vowels in Japanese, a, I, u, e, o. They are pronounced similarly to Spanish and Italian vowels. Long vowels, a, I, u, e, o, are produced by doubling the length of short vowels. The second part of long vowels are represented by dash symbol. For example, kohi, coffee. English diphthong vowels are pronounced by either long vowels or a combination of two short vowels. The Japanese consonants are k, g, s, sh, j, y, z, t, ch, ts, d, n, h, b, p, m, y, r, w. The consonants are always accompanied by vowels. The smallest unit of sounds in Japanese are syllables. Thus, loan word from English cake is keiki. The exceptions for consonant and vowel combinations are n, which is treated as an independent syllable, and ts, when the accompanying vowel u is not fully pronounced. In writing, the voiced syllables are represented as the variants of voiceless syllables, for example, k, g and sa, za. Also, similarity of sound impression are treated as variants, for example, h, b and p. The staccato quality of stop is represented by a small letter representing t syllable, katto, kiku, cut and kick, respectively. Semivowels fused with consonants are represented by small letters, chiato, chat, kyudo, cute, shiodo, short. Japanese is a syllable-timed language. Japanese has no stress accent. Equal stress and length are given to each syllable. While English stressed syllables are pronounced longer and unstressed syllables and consonants are shorter, in Japanese all syllables are spoken with the same intensity and length. In Japanese, pitch plays an important role in meaning distinction.
Ame,
With rising pitch means candy, but
ame,
with falling pitch means rain. Orange.
orange.
As in all other languages, Japanese has a variety of local dialects. Standard Japanese, based on the Tokyo dialect, has spread throughout the country under the influence of media. Kansai Ben, a dialect spoken by the people of Osaka in particular, continues to maintain its strength due to usage by comedians in their comical talks called manzai or owarai. Grammar. The typical Japanese sentence follows a pattern of subject-object-verb. For example, Taro wa kora o nonda means Taro drank a cola. Japanese often omit the subject or the object, or even both, when they feel that it will be understood from the context of the situation. Therefore, the first-person pronoun I and second-person pronoun you are mostly omitted. In Japanese, verbs are not inflected for persons as in other languages. Grammatical function of case distinction is indicated by postpositional particles that follow the noun. The important ones are ga, wa, o, ni, e, and no. The particle wa indicates the topic or theme of a sentence. Ga is an emphatic subject indicator. Dare ga kopu o watta means who broke the glass or cup. O is an object indicator. E and ni indicate movement, direction of action, and are interchangeable. Tokyo e yuku means I'll go to Tokyo. Eki ni yuku means I'll go to the station. Furo ni hairu means I'll enter the bath. No is a possessive indicator. Yoko no pen means Yoko's pen. Japanese verbs in their dictionary forms or present form end in the vowel u or ru, in case of the verbs ending with a vowel. Nani o nomu, a casual expression said in rising intonation, means what will you drink? Nani o nomimasu ka is a polite form. Masu is a verb inflection indicating intention and politeness. Ka is the question marker added to the end of the sentence. Some other inflectional forms are nomanai, doesn't drink or won't drink, nomo, let's drink, nomitai, want to drink, nonda, drank, nondara, if I or you drink or someone drinks, and nome, drink. Register. The Japanese have developed an entire system of honorific, humble and polite expressions called keigo that is used to show a speaker's respect for the person being spoken to. Humble terms are used by the speaker when referring to oneself or things associated with oneself. This involves different levels of speech, and the proficient user of keigo has a wide range of words to choose from in order to express the proper level of politeness. It's similar to French, tutoyer and vous voyez, or German, du and sie, but more complex. A simple sentence can be expressed in many different ways, depending on the status of the speaker relative to the person being addressed. Besides these, there are the inflections of verbs which are associated with the gender of the speaker. Deciding on an appropriate level of politeness can be quite challenging, since relative status is determined by a complex combination of factors such as social status, rank, age, closeness and gender. However, people in the service industry almost always use politer forms for the customers. O is a polite prefix added to the noun. Ocha, tea. Ohashi, chopsticks. Oterai, hand wash, bathroom, is more polite than toire, toilet, WC. When addressing another person, it is common to use the suffix san or sama. Sama is more polite, the equivalent of Mr., Mrs. or Ms. after the family name. For example, Tanaka-san or Tanaka-sama. San can be used after first names too. The suffix chan is often attached to children's first names. For example, Toshi-chan. Toshi is nickname for Toshio. Kun is used for addressing a man or by a male speaker to address anyone. It can be used both for family name and first name, Tanaka-kun or Toshio-kun. Other titles, such as sensei for teacher or doctor, are also attached as suffixes after the family name. So Yamada-san is either Mr. or Ms. Yamada. Yamada-sensei means Professor or Dr. Yamada. There are middle-level polite expressions that are used when two people whose social standing appears to be similar. Verbs des and mas are used for such expressions. Among close friends and family members, shorter, basic, casual forms are used. Such utterances often omit postpositional particles and the final question particle and add example.
何を飲みますか?
What would you like to drink?
コーヒーください.
Coffee, please.
何飲むの?
What will you drink?
オレンジジュース.
Orange juice.
お手洗いはどこですか?
Where's the washroom?
あちらです.
It's that way.
トイレどこ?
Where's the toilet?
あそこ.
Over there.